hell-bound atheists? Praise the Lord and pass the loaves and fish. Such an economical recipe. Mrs. Betty Bowers is in the house. Thank you. And as all of you know, I'm America's best Christian. So close to Jesus, I can flirt with him and he knows it isn't going anywhere. Honestly, I'd love to be with all of you tawdry, secular filmgoers, but I just can't risk being in a theater of the damned. When the Lord starts pointing fingers at all the unsaved trash he's going to fling into hell. You can imagine the Lord's frustration being all-powerful, all-knowing, and still just a little too inept to create anyone he doesn't wind up wanting to kill. Just ask Jesus. And speaking of people who were screwed, atheists, huh? Jesus and I were wondering, is it really necessary to mention that a film festival, or anything in San Francisco, is full of atheists? A little bit like bothering to remind people that a Nicole Kidman film festival will be full of empty chairs. I bet most of you think we're here to get you into heaven. Fail! If heaven is just going to involve running into all the same people I avoid here on earth, well, what would be the point? Lucky for you, heaven is easier to get into than one of those Palin gals. No matter how many children you rape, kill, or worse, teach evolution to, if you remember to flatter Jesus about his unconditional love so he won't unconditionally torture you, even just a nanosecond before dying, wham, you're in heaven. So heaven is crawling with the most odious soul, sort of like Texas, with absolutely no positive attributes. Well, other than for an exemplary sense of timing. Let's face it, lesbian pool halls in Peoria have more discriminating door policies. So frankly, this award is more prestigious than heaven. And as Jesus would be the first to say, flattery never gets old. And take note, dear, I didn't have to torture them to get it. But I want all of you to remember that when you go home tonight, he's going to be watching you masturbate. And if that heightens your pleasure, well, I think we've finally found the type of person who isn't getting into heaven. I'm barely judging.